It was a Friday morning, just like any other Friday in Jerusalem. Early in the morning, my friends and I were going to the market to buy food for our mothers. We were having great fun, laughing and joking, talking about school and about teacher. Friday is usually busy, but this Friday seemed different. There were many more people than usual around, and all the adults were huddled in groups, whispering and talking and arguing. We got close to one group of people to try to find out what all the fuss was about. We heard them say that there had been an arrest in the town the night before, and that the trial was to be held that day. We wondered who had been arrested and crept closer to listen.
We were so sad to hear that it was Jesus, the new teacher from Nazareth, who was under arrest. How could they have arrested him? All their children in our town loved Jesus so much because he was so kind to us. He was the kindest and most gentle person we had ever met. He often told us lovely stories. He always had time for us, time to listen to our news and to our stories. But we also knew that many people in Jerusalem hated Jesus because they saw that Jesus showed love to everyone. They had heard that he made sad people happy, made sick people well, made bad people good, and even made dead people alive again. They were afraid that if Jesus became powerful, they would lose their power and their big jobs. We discovered that some people in our town planned to get rid of Jesus. He was now under arrest and they were going to make up bad stories about him to tell Pilate, the Roman governor. If Pilate believed those stories, he could sentence Jesus, our friend, to be killed. We were so upset. Some of us started to cry, but we decided we would go to Pilate's palace to see if we could do anything for Jesus.
The first station, Jesus is condemned to death. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. There is Jesus now, standing quietly and calmly before Pilate. He is bruised and bleeding from beatings. They have made a crown of thorns and put it on his head. Pilate wants to please the people, so he believes their false stories about Jesus. He orders that Jesus be crucified. Oh, poor Jesus, how can they do this to you? You who are so gentle and kind to us all. But how can you be so calm and so quiet when they spread untrue stories about you? Why do you not shout out, "No, I'm innocent, stop hurting me"?
Dear Jesus, please help me never to make fun of anyone or to call people names. Make me kind and loving to all.
The second station, Jesus takes up his cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Now the soldiers make Jesus carry a big, heavy cross through the streets. The cross looks so big and heavy, and Jesus looks so tired and weak. Each one of us has our cross to carry. We each have our problems, big and small.
Dear Jesus, help me to carry my cross. Help me to study hard in school, to do my homework well, and to be helpful and good for my mom and dad and teacher.
The third station, Jesus falls the first time. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Oh no, the cross is too heavy for Jesus. He has fallen to the ground, but look, he is dragging himself to his feet again and continuing on his way.
Dear Jesus, Help me to be patient with everyone. When my own cross gets heavy, help me not to give up easily, but to struggle on.
The fourth station, Jesus meets his mother. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Now Mary, Jesus' mother, pushes herself to the front of the crowd and meets her son, Jesus. How can she cope knowing that her son is in such pain and will soon have a terrible death?
Oh Jesus, help us always to be a comfort to our own mothers, as you comforted your mother on that Friday. They love us so much, and their thoughts and prayers are always for their children.
The fifth station, Jesus helps Jesus to carry his cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. The soldiers notice that Jesus is too exhausted to go on, so they force a man called Simon to help Jesus to carry his cross.
Oh Jesus, help me always to be willing to help others who are in need. I do not want to be selfish. Help me to show love and compassion to everyone.
The sixth station, Veronica wipes the face of Jesus. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Look, see our neighbor, Veronica, wiping the face of Jesus with a cloth. His kind, loving face is covered with sweat and blood. Where did she get the courage to rush past the soldiers and act in such a manner? The soldiers are very angry with her, but Jesus smiles and thanks her. The image of his face stays on that cloth as a reminder of all that Jesus suffered today.
Dear Jesus, help me to be kind like Veronica. Teach me to show love and kindness to others always.
The seventh station, Jesus falls the second time. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Jesus is so tired that he falls again under the weight of the heavy cross. He is bruised and bleeding, and the soldiers whip him to hurry him along.
Dear Jesus, help me to be strong and determined when nothing seems to be going right for me. When I am not doing well in school, help me to keep on trying and to do my best to improve. Please don't let me give up.
The eighth station, Jesus speaks to the women of Jerusalem. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. I see my mother and some of the other women crying and feeling so sorry for Jesus. They love him very much. As he passes them, Jesus speaks to them, even though he is very tired and weak. He asks them not to cry for him, and they seem to be comforted by his words.
Dear Jesus, help me to be a comfort to others when they are suffering. Teach me not to think of my own troubles, but to reach out and help my family and friends.
The ninth station. Jesus falls the third time. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. By now, Jesus is absolutely exhausted. He has come to the hill where he will be crucified, and as he carries the cross up the hill, he falls the third time. I am sure he feels he can't go on anymore.
Dear Jesus, give me the courage and strength to go on when I am not doing well in school or at home.
The 10th station. Jesus is stripped of his clothes. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. The soldiers now roughly tear Jesus' clothes from his battered, blood-stained body. He looks so weak and frail.
Poor Jesus, they have taken away our clothes, but they have not taken away your great love for us. You have shown love to us when we abandoned you. Help us to never abandon you again, but to love you always.
The 11th station. Jesus is nailed to the cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. Oh, the agony Jesus is in as the soldiers nail his hands and feet to the big heavy cross. I cannot bear to look at the pain on Jesus' face, but still, he asks his Father in heaven to forgive the soldiers. Is there no end to this man's compassion and love and forgiveness?
Dear Jesus, help me to love and forgive my family and friends, even when they hurt me. Teach me not to bear grudges and have enemies, but to forgive and forget.
The 12th station. Jesus dies on the cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. After 3 long hours on the cross, poor Jesus dies. Darkness settles over the land, even though it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The earth trembles. We are all afraid. I am so sad to see Jesus dead on the cross.
Dear Jesus, I know you have died on the cross today to show me how much you love me. There is no end to your love. You died to save me. I do not deserve all this love, and yet I know that you will love me always.
13th station. Jesus is taken down from the cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. The body of Jesus is taken down from the cross. His heartbroken mother Mary holds him in her arms and cries. It is so sad to watch her holding the limp body of her son.
Dear Jesus, help me to be a comfort to others when they are sad. Help me to console my mother and my friends when they are upset.
The 14th station. Jesus is laid in the tomb. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you. A kind neighbor called Joseph offers a tomb to Mary for the body of Jesus. With great love and sadness, his body is wrapped in a clean sheet and laid in the tomb. His tomb is in a small garden. A big stone blocks the opening of the tomb. A soldier is ordered to stand guard over the tomb in case somebody steals the body of Jesus. But later on, we were to discover that this was not the end of the story of Jesus, but the beginning of his story. On Sunday morning, when friends went to his tomb to pray, they found it empty. The stone had been rolled away, and an angel told them that Jesus was no longer dead, but that he was alive again. They could not believe the news. Jesus was dead, and now he's alive again. They were so happy, and so were we.